Committee members might come and go during the hearings. This is part of the process. They have other hearings as we have bills to introduce in other committees. I ask that you abide by the following procedures to better facilitate today's proceedings. Please silence or turn off your cell phones. If you're planning to testify, please pick up a green sign-in sheet. I think the only testifier here is familiar with that. Fill it out in its entirety. Give it to the clerk, committee clerk, and this will help us keep a more accurate public record. If you do not wish to testify today but would like to record your name as being present in the hearing, there's a separate white sheet on the tables that you can sign for that purpose. This will be part of the official record of the hearing. When you come up to testify, please speak clearly into the microphone, tell us your name, and please spell your first and last name to ensure we get an accurate record. There'll be a 5-minute limit for testifiers. And with that, Mr. Dinsdale, we appreciate your willingness to re-up for the Fair Board, State Fair Board. You've got some experience with that. And I'm going to introduce the senators on the committee for your benefit. Starting at my far left, Senator Hughes.
Yep, I am Senator Jana Hughes, District 24, which is Seward, York, Polk, and a little bit of Butler County.
Tom Brewer, representing the 43rd Legislative District, which is 11 counties of western Nebraska.
Teresa Ibaugh, District 44, 8 counties in southwest Nebraska.
My far right.
I'm Mark Rippey, District 12, which is part of one county. And District 12 is Omaha, Millard, and the little town of Ralston.
Rick Holcroft, District 36, West and South, Sarpy County.
To my right is Committee Research Analyst Rick Leonard, and to my left is Committee Clerk Rod Crow. And with that, Mr. Dinsdale, welcome. We will give you the floor. We appreciate your experience on the State Fair Board, and we'd like to have you have the opportunity to speak to us and give us some of your background on why you wish to continue that position.
Well, thank you very much. First of all, Senator Howard, I want you to know how much I appreciate your willingness to do this over the phone. It's just making it a lot easier for me. And we're just going through getting our business done for the month of July. And of course, we're getting geared up for the State Fair. So I really appreciate you letting me do this long distance. So thank you for that.
You bet. Go ahead, Tom. Give us some of your background and why the State Fair Board is important to you.
Okay, well, I've been an auto dealer here in Grand Island for 23 years. Several years ago, we bought a dealership in Hastings, so we have that. We just finished our remodel there. I grew up in Palmer, Nebraska, which is a small town in Merritt County, and I've always been about the fair ever since I came to Grand Island. We got involved early. In fact, we sponsor the beef barn, and this year we also took over the auto deal, where it used to be Anderson Ford. Now it's going to be Tom Dinsdale Automotive as the official vehicle of the State Fair. We're very proud of that fact. I started out becoming a member of the 1890s the State Fair Foundation Board. I was on there for a couple of years, and then I had an opportunity to join the State Fair Operating Board, and so I kind of jumped at that chance, and I have a lot of support from other board members that I've met. And first of all, I'm pretty sure you're all aware that this is a working board, and I mean truly a working board. We meet once a month. We don't take anything lightly. We've got several committees that are destined to improve the State Fair, improve the facilities, improve the entertainment, and push in Nebraska. It's not uncommon for during the fair to see board members helping some of the people that are bringing animals to the fair. So it's not uncommon to see them helping load or unload their livestock. It's a lot of work, but we get a lot of satisfaction out of it too. And I think the people that are bringing their animals appreciate board members taking an active role. So that's about all I can tell you about the state fair. We're looking forward to a good one in 3 weeks from tomorrow.
Well, Tom, it's good to hear some board members are willing to get manure on their boots in the process. So
I grew up with manure on my boots.
there you go. All right, I'm going to open it up to members of the committee that may have a question for you. Senator Hughes.
Thank you, Chairman Halloran. Thanks for offering to do this again, Tom. And I'm just kind of curious what you see. I know I've always gone to the state fair, loved it when it was in Lincoln, showed at it there. I think the facilities you have now they're just even so much better. I wish everybody from Lincoln and Omaha would make the trek out there once, because I think it's just a way nicer experience, and you've done well. Had some financial issues the last couple years. What do you, and it sounds like we're past that. What do you see the future, like what do you see challenges are in the future, and what do you think that you're doing well to just keep improving it, keep getting people coming, things like that?
Well, the challenges for the fair as I see it, number one is always money. And we appreciate what the legislature does for us. But I think the foundation needs to step up a little bit. I'd like to see term limits on the foundation board members. I think that'd be advantageous to everybody involved. We also realize there's a need for an equine center. There's a need for expanded area, ground. There are a couple parcels that are for sale. I think they're ridiculously priced right now. But I really think that we're going in the right direction. Also, maintenance upkeep is a big part of our job with the fair, because everything that's new once, there comes a time when it has to be fixed. We end up buying all our own panels for the livestock shows. That's been a big help. The way we run the vehicles in and out of the fair has become more streamlined. So we don't have the bottlenecks that we used to have. I appreciate the fact that they're having some indoor concerts as well as outdoor concerts. And I think it's a great experience for people that attend the state fair and really enjoy it. I try to meet new people every year, asking where they're from. A lot of people from Iowa come to our fair. A lot of people from Kansas, South Dakota. And it's a gratifying experience to meet some of these people that may have even bought vehicle trips. I hope that answered your question, Senator.
No, that does. Thank you so much.
Yes. Senator
It's summer.
It's summertime, that's right. Thanks, Tom, for your service so far, and I know this is Senator Ibaugh. I know that you do a lot, both personally and as a member of the board, to enhance the fair experience. Recently, we've had some amendments or some language in our proposed bills that will alter the lottery funds that the state fair gets. Have you had any discussions on the board regarding those alterations, and maybe how you would move forward with the funding, amended funding?
Honestly, we have not had that discussion.
Okay.
I'm on the finance committee as well as the grounds committee, and we have not had that discussion.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Ibach. Senator Reedy.
Thank you, Chairman. Again, Tom, thank you for your willingness to serve, and thank you for joining us today. The question that I have echoes a little bit of Senator Hughes' question. I represent an urban section. I'm out of Omaha. And my question would be how can we promote more attendance from the urban markets out to support the fair? And I grew up as a Iowa kid, and so the Iowa State Fair was always a big place and is pretty nationally known. Have you guys, do you have a benchmark state fair like the Iowa that you kind of look at and say, these are things that we can do?
I'd like to see us get to attendance of 400,000 to 500,000. That's not undoable.
What is it now?
We started a campaign a couple years ago where we had billboards in Omaha, and I think that helped. But I still think there has to be more awareness, and Iowa does a great job with their state fair, and I think by attending that, we get some ideas, and our staff gets ideas of what they're doing over there and how we can make that work for Nebraska. I honestly feel like we have something to be really proud of at the state fair, though. But as always, you've got to do more things. You've got to get more involved with improving the lighting at the fair. Parking areas are much better than they used to be because we've had the opportunity to walk and drain and put in some culverts to divert water. And also some new irrigation systems that went into the field that will be called the TV landing.
So Tom, Senator Hughes asked the question, you didn't hear it, but what was the last year's attendance? You have that number?
330, I believe.
Okay.
Don't hold me to that, but I'm pretty sure that's pretty close.
Sure. I assume there's been several years ago, we had some dramatic rains during the fair, and unfortunately the imagery of one of the vendors in a kayak comes up.
I remember that.
Yeah, that was kind of unfortunate front page. But on that note, I think you mentioned culverts and drainage some, but can you elaborate on that? Is the parking, is there more paved parking or drives into the parking area? Anything like that?
Yes, and I imagine you're all aware of our master plan. It was developed several years ago. We spent probably 6 weeks in our meeting room at our dealership here with the board members trying to prioritize what needed to be done at the fair. Of course, drainage was number one. And also, the new buildings, the upkeep, those things are always going to be important. But lighting is, we're going to light the Cowboy Way this year, which goes east of the Midway. And I don't know if that answers your question or not.
Well, I'm sure there's ongoing efforts to make it drain better, but if you can't control the weather, I guess that's something we'll have to work with. But any other questions?
It's going to be a lot better this year, though, I'm sure.
Okay, I don't see any more questions from the committee, but we will have the opportunity for any proponents to come up and testify. Any proponents?
We would also like to, at some point, be able to enlarge the barn bar in the beef barn. That can get really crowded in the afternoon, which is a good thing.
Good.
But, and our people that work in those places are doing a good job too. They cut down on the lines waiting for a drink or a beer. Also, you're probably aware that it's an open campus now, so you can buy a cocktail and walk around the entire fairgrounds with it. That's helped liquor sales a lot. It's also helped ease the overflowing bars, if you will.
Well, you couldn't see it, but there were several thumbs up on that comment from the committee members. That's good.
I appreciate that because I sat in with the state patrol 2 years ago and decided to ask them if they would support us on that.
I know you got an excellent volunteer force there too. I've got to say my compliments to the many volunteers that show up in their yellow shirts and help everybody that needs any assistance.
We couldn't do it without them.
No. All right, don't see any questions, no proponents, any opponents? All right. Well, it looks like you're free to go. We will exec here shortly, Tom, and get the word back to you on the committee's decision. So,
Thank you all for the opportunity.
all right. Well, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Talk to you later.
Bye-bye.
All right, we'll move into exec here real quick, which
I'll
means,
make a motion to go into exec.
all right, there's been a motion and a second. I don't think we need a roll call for that. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.